Don's view. With the Diddy situation, you know what I thought was interesting with Diddy, this being that this whole case is kind of like basically wrapped up to some degree. You know, he was obviously denied bail, as we all know, due to his risky behavior of possibly tampering with, I guess, evidence or tampering with people, right? Or I think also the fact that he has violent behavior. So he was denied that bail until sentencing. It made me wonder, you know, will we see or hear that possibly some of the court artists, the people that were drawing those photos of him, the whole trial, drawing photos of everybody involved in the trial, will some of them possibly come up missing? Because I know Diddy was like pretty angry and upset with a number of them because he didn't like the way they were drawing him. And when you look at some of those photos, you know, there was quite a number of photos, and I did a video on it anyway. Some of them didn't look anything like Diddy. It just was like, you know, who's this guy? Who's that? He was looking at one point, he was looking like a villain. You know, everybody's been giving him this name, the Diddler. So he started to look like, I guess, this villain, the Diddler. And there's one photo I seen, you know, you didn't even really see his face. The eyes were really close to each other. His nose and his mouth looked like it was stuck together. It was just so weird and so odd, some of the photos. And I think even when he got the sentencing, or not the sentencing, the verdict was read, and there's photos of him. I think he was under the table, or he was praying on his knees. He was thanking God or whatever it was. Those photos just looked kind of weird, even then, just looking at those photos. So it just made me wonder, I wonder if Diddy's gonna go after the court artists. So it's like, you gotta keep a watch out on those court artists, make sure they're safe, make sure they're okay, you know what I'm saying? You never know if he makes a few calls while he's still, you know, in jail. Cause he was very pissed off of those drawings. I don't know. That would be interesting though to see, like, you know, it really goes to show you with some people how vain they are. You know, some people really are, you know, the way they look in general. You know, if you take a bad photo of them, you know, we see it with Mariah Carey, for instance. She doesn't like bad lighting anywhere she's at. She's like, you're not gonna get me in this bad lighting. Turn the cameras off. You're not getting no photos. You know, just like with this thing with Diddy, it's like, hey, don't draw me looking crazy, looking like that. Draw me looking as perfect as you can get me to look. So I think that's so funny. You know, this thing with, and moving on to Kelly Rowland, opening up for Brandy and Monica, and a lot of people.
Please like this video if you enjoy this content and subscribe if you haven't already.